When I'm writing, I laugh a lot, a whole lot, because the idea is coming from my head. It's like, how does your brain work, Jane? While I was writing today's mail, I felt like, okay, wait, hold on a second. What if I could do a live reading? What if I could do a performance of my writing? So, as you know, I am someone who acts on ideas. So I felt like it would be really, really interesting. And as you can see me, I am beaming with smiles. I am so excited to do this. How interesting is it going to be? I can't wait to see. So yeah, in this video, we'll be doing a live reading, a mini performance of my writing. In case you're here for the first time, my name is Jane. I make videos on personal development, so today's video is kind of different. If you end up enjoying it, please subscribe and like, then share. Okay, so yeah. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. The title is What is Funny? What is funny? And the subtitle is Before You Smile, Watch Your Environment. This one incident jerked me, Ashley, back to reality, to the realization nothing is funny and I shouldn't smile. Never, at least not in a jungle. On today's episode of Moving Mad, we have stout-bellied Prof. Jegede sitting pretty on the table, a lanky Igala man approaching his mid-70s. Then we have Ariola, a young lass who just gained admission into the Federal University of Technology, Akure. A quite naive girl, if you ask me, from the way she darts her eyes around her mid-disposition and her kinda cute shyness, you could tell. This story is told from Ariola's point of view. This is the story. A smile isn't supposed to put one into so much trouble. I had presumed it would be a very good day, even if not for the students, at least for the university lecturers who sat under ACs and enjoyed the beautiful scenery of things basking or roasting in sun's glory. It was sunny and bright. There is a reason why Ondo State is called Sunshine State. Our foreheads shimmered with sweat. From where I sat, I caught some students scratch their armpits in discomfort. That line makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I think it's rude to have students stand and wait for hours on end for your signature on their biodata forms while you sit under an AC talking to God knows who. I scratched my neck, then my scalp, and eased. I hate sun plus sweat. Finally, the talk was over. Prof. Jegede, who was the HOD, stepped out with the man he'd been talking to. Saw him off. We didn't receive an apology, not like we were expecting any. Anyway, to our surprise, he drove off with him. Nigerian lecturers. His assistant assured us he would return in an hour. We waited for 2 more. By the time he returned, most students had left. He asked those who were still waiting to come in one after the other. I was glad I waited. I smiled. Who is the carpenter that is carpenting by this time? I'll just continue. At the door of his office, he turned and his eyes met mine. I smiled. Why? Nothing wrong with smiling, I believed. While students went into his office one after the other, he glanced at me twice, and twice I smiled. A little backstory. In the secondary school I graduated from, I was a teacher's pet. They loved me. They adored me. I wrote notes for them. I was a typical good student. University wouldn't be any different, I thought. Albeit I had heard stories of lecturers picking interest in students, torturing them with pressures of sex for grades. So you can imagine my shock when it got to my turn and Prof. Jagede asked me to come back for my own signature. Why, sir? I stuttered. Just come back, he smiled and waved me off. Okay, that is suspicious. Jesus help me. What have I done? What have I landed myself in? It was just my fourth week in school. My mom used to tell me I just didn't believe my smile had finally landed me in the poto poto. I went to the seniors in my department asking, please, if a lecturer singles you out in a pool of students and asks you to come back, what does it mean? Some male students waved it off. What's there? Go and see him now. Why are you scared? I couldn't say. You know what my fear was. I don't have to tell you that. Some of the female seniors whispered behind me, be careful. I am finished. It is over. I went home and cried my eyes out. Twice I went to his office and got the same response. He had visitors. What does he want to do with me? The way he looked at me those times were unnerving. Afraid is an abuse for the emotion I was clouded in. I resorted to praying, proper casting and binding emotion. Please allow me, that was all I could do. The day he finally signed my biodata form, he did it out of shyness. He had postgraduate students grading with him. They looked suspiciously when he asked that I go come again. To blanket that awkwardness, he asked, what do your parents do for a living? Who is your father? I answered courteously, may we never meet again, sir, I said in my mind as I gripped his office doorknob. Wait, I heard. Sit down. Wait for me. Let me wrap up here. Wrap who? Wrap what? God, please. He dismissed them in 2 minutes. As a smart girl, I carefully turned my phone voice recorder on in case some mad movements want to be going on. So you said your name is Ariola? He asked needlessly. He stood, straightening his Adire attire with his palms. I looked his tall frame over. He quietly walked to his windows, drew them close. The rings of the curtains sliding over its bar hurriedly sent an envelope of darkness over me. I gaped at him, speechlessly, my heart pounding loudly against my ribcage. He had his eyes on my chest, then my face, then my chest. As he advanced towards me, the only sound I could hear were his shoes. Ko, 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 ko. Then I heard a rap on the door. He stopped in his track. Who's there? His voice was husky. Your wife, sir. She's waiting outside. The voice quickly replied. Thank you, Jesus. That was when I realized I wasn't breathing the whole time. He quickly adjusted and sent me away. How I reached home with my shaky legs, I don't know. But I went on my knees to give thanks as soon as I did. The week after, I heard he'd been sent outside the States for a degree. He returned in my final year and didn't say a word to me. If you remembered or not, I didn't care. What mattered was no one was trying to push his big stomach against my small frame. Now that is the story. To the ending, smiling is good, but check your environment before you do. Nigerian university is not a good place to carelessly throw smiles around. Be careful and watch your back. So yeah, you guys, that is the end of the mail. I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching me read it as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, and if you want me to do more live readings, also leave it in the comment section and tell me what you think about the mail. This is something I'm just starting to do. I started a series titled Moving Mad. It's just a collection of stories, events, experiences I've had that are in my madness folder. So yeah, I share them as stories episodically in episodes there. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you want to join, if you want to be receiving stories like this, you can use the mail in my description box to subscribe. Also, I write letters I refer to as love letters. They are about your personal growth journey and my personal growth journey. It's just targeted at helping you improve your personal development. So yeah, I hope this video was actually, interesting for you. So yeah, please don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see stuff like this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. That is it. I'll see you in my next video.